Auburn Blitz is now on the air. Your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Welcome into the Auburn Blitz here at noon. Everything brought to you by the Glenda Mitchell Law Firm. We are live on location at Southern Preparatory Academy in Camp Hill, Alabama, here in Tallapoosa County, and we are so glad to be back at Southern Prep. We're back in the gym. I feel like we were in here yesterday. Just felt like we just left here.
I know.
Now we're back.
But we're always here and love coming here. They've got so many great things going on. So make sure enrollment is happening right now for the fall of 2026. Gosh, I can't believe it'll be for the 2026-2027 school year.
Right.
Which is so crazy to talk about. So make sure you go to southernprepacademy.org and you can go in there and learn more about the school and how to enroll your kids and students. We'll talk about that all throughout.
Look, I know there's a lot of options out there now for people when they're choosing where they want their children to go to school. But if you're looking for a private school and you're in Central Alabama, Southern Prep now in Camp Hill for girls and boys, grades 7 through 12, is the leading preparatory college, high school, prep school for everybody around here now. That's how much they've grown and what they're doing here. And they've rebranded and repurposed everything that they're doing. And I think last time we were here, we said it, you can't do it all in one day. Right. You can't even do it all in 1 year. But, man, the strides they've made since you and I have been coming over here for over a year is tremendous. So check them out. We'll talk more about them as we move throughout the show. Appreciate everybody that tuned in this morning on the podcast. And lots of things went on this weekend, obviously, with the football program. And, again, more recruiting news. We didn't talk about some of the key guys that didn't commit but had things to say. Faith, we're going to talk about that. And then one of the things that we didn't get to at the end of the podcast this morning is all of the NIL speculation at where is Auburn's budget? How much have they spent? How much do they have allocated for portal? Well, there's a source out there, and I'm sure a lot of you found it, but I thought it was pretty neat. I sent it over to you this weekend, and we kind of went through it. Kind of mind-blowing to see where Auburn is with some players, and then you look at some of the other schools and what they're spending. Auburn's up there competing. I mean, when it comes to roster budget, Auburn is about where we all kind of anticipated hearing the numbers, but we'll definitely dive into that as well and then kind of go through and show what each player is making. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's also interesting in looking at it from the fact that how are these student athletes that are getting paid this amount of money, how is this, I guess, been what's transformed athletics into what they are now, into being a still amateur sport and not considered a pro sport, right? Because, I mean, we all talk about how it's basically a pro sport with how they're getting paid and stuff. But when you look and you see those numbers and you see what they're getting paid, it's unbelievable to consider this a collegiate amateur sport.
When you're looking at a roster valuation and you're talking college, it doesn't add up like it used to. So you kind of have gotten conditioned to this thing now.
Right.
It's almost been like a slow development to the point where you're going, we talked about it being a pro sport, and then all of a sudden you blink and it is a pro sport because you're breaking down budgets, you're hiring GMs, you're looking at position groups, you're looking at roster management.
Yeah.
This is not somebody getting a college scholarship and signing 25 guys to play every single year and you kind of revamping. And that's really, it's a neat point to talk about, Faith. There was no portal. So there wasn't people leaving and transferring. Mm-hmm. So you did know your roster was at 85. You had X number of walk-ons. So that determined if you took 20 people, 25 people, maybe sometimes 30, depending on what you were dealing with. That's not how you evaluate your recruiting class anymore.
Well, when we're talking about the recruits right now that are going in and visiting Auburn, and why Auburn we thought was going to be taking around 17 or 18 recruits this year, that now we're seeing, okay, maybe they're going to be taking 24 or 25, maybe even. And it's crazy because what's the money that's being taught? Like, they're having conversations about money. So what are they willing to go ahead and offer them there? Versus, what you're going to be offering somebody out of the transfer portal later. It's just crazy.
Well, I think it's neat, and we're going to get to it here in just a minute, but how it's broken down, because you have a chart and you have how much you're planning on spending on your current roster, how much you have for high school, and then how much you have for portal. I mean, it's all laid out. So we'll definitely dive into that. But for those of you that missed the podcast this morning, the breaking news over the weekend, actually yesterday, about this time was about when it all went down. So about 24 hours ago, Nate Kamba from North Carolina chose Auburn over South Carolina. He was one of 5 guys in on the OV this past weekend, along with Carlos May, along with Junior Tuiopo, and some guys that we felt like would have a chance to commit. And you knew it was a smaller group, but you knew if you got any of them, it was going to be a big deal, literally, when you get Nate Kamba.
Yeah, absolutely. 6'4", 300 pounds, big guy. Also was talking with Ohio State too. So when we go and we talk about who's viewing each guy, I mean, this is a 4-star. So everyone's saying that Auburn's only getting 3 stars this year.
They're not. I think they're up to 12. Is it 12 or 13 4-stars now? So, 12, I mean, they haven't gotten a 5-star, but majority of the signees are not signees because you can't sign yet, but the majority of the commitments are 4-stars. So Nate Kamba was a guy I said this morning that we probably didn't talk enough about that's been on the list. But when you look at Donovan Moore, who committed a long time ago, but then you got the James Paces, you got the Carlos Mays, you got the Isaac McNeils. Those have all kind of taken maybe a little bit precedence over Nate Kamba because he didn't have an announcement date. A lot of these guys had announcement dates and they made a deal. Like James Pace will be announcing on Friday. He kind of pulled a Chance Gilbert.
Yeah.
I mean, just kind of came out of nowhere.
Well, I think for him, it actually kind of came out of nowhere. He said that he didn't know he was going to be committing this weekend when he went to Auburn, but he felt like God was telling him that, all the prayers that he's been asking of, lead me in the right direction. Where do you want me to go? And he felt like Auburn was that place for him and that was where God was leading him in that direction. And so that's a huge pickup for Auburn this weekend. But yeah, I mean, he didn't even know he was going to be committing this weekend. No,
he didn't. But again, when you look at where Nate Kamba ranks as far as on the list, he's right there at the top. He's in the top 6 commits for Auburn right now. Isaac McNeil's the highest rated commit for Auburn. Then you got Myson Johnson-Cook coming in behind him. Then Chance Gilbert. Then you got a bunch of big guys. You got Leighton Von Brandt, who will be in this weekend. He'll be part of that OV class, or not class, but OV visitor group. Donovan Moore, Reed Ramsire, and then Nate Kamba. So, I mean, he is a highly ranked. He comes in with a 90 on his star ranking. So he's in that 90th percentile. And when you look at him across the board, he's the number 33 defensive lineman in the country. So, again, another big pickup. We'll be watching Carlos May, and we're going to talk about what Carlos May had to say about Auburn. And it was really Georgia. He had visited Georgia the weekend before, had listed Georgia publicly as his lead. Is Georgia still the lead, Faith? That's the question right now.
Well, I mean, I think for a lot of these guys, you have to go back and think about each visit. That's kind of what we were talking about earlier with these visits. he's saying he doesn't have necessarily a number one at this current moment, but you've got the even teams at the top. So
he's gonna take this thing the nth. I mean, again, some recruits they go the full distance with all their OVs, and some decide, hey, look, I've seen enough, I'm shutting it down, and that's just the way it goes. But I think the general consensus out of the weekend is that Auburn is in a good shape with Carlos May. I think it helps having Donovan Moore already committed, but he is taking that trip to Ohio State.
He is, and August 11th is when he plans on making his decision. So we'll be obviously keeping up with that, but
we'll see Carlos May at some point.
Yeah, that's what.
Will we get to him before August 11th?
I'm hoping.
We hope so.
We're going to try to get to him before, but who knows with how things work out. Might get to him after. It might be a good thing. It could
be a tease going in, or it could be a, hey, let's talk more in depth about why you committed. So
yes.
We'll just have to wait and see how the schedule, because we'll be going on the road tomorrow, talking to two more of the top 15 prospects here in the state of Alabama, both at Prattville High School. And again, not committed. Neither one of them are committed anywhere,
right.
and are both still on Auburn's radar. Deshaun more than Jaden, I think, at this point, but we'll kind of see how it plays out. But Carlos May is definitely a guy, when you're looking at the state of Alabama and wanting to recruit the state of Alabama, Faith, you look in Birmingham, you look at Mobile, those are your first two places to look. And then you probably look in the Montgomery area, and you can go to different pockets. But Mobile and Birmingham are the two hotbeds. And he, along with Donovan Moore, are two of the better defensive players here in the state all the way around, and comes out of a great high school in Ramsey.
Yeah, well, and another name that you keep hearing in all of this is Coach King Williams, and he just continues, I think, to impress these recruits that come in time
He
and
impresses
time again.
me.
Yeah, of course. And he's one of those guys that you do hear is on that 1,000 level every single time.
He is. So I think our video that continues to get hits every single day from spring practice on the double team drill that we pushed out is amazing. And it just shows you, like, I just randomly went up and said, oh, man, we'll just push this out. We'll get some clips. And that thing exploded. And it's really more because of him. It's not the drill. It's how he was coaching them. And I can see where a lot of these guys are really drawn to him. Yeah. And they get it. And
as intense and aggressive as he is, he does have that friendly, welcoming demeanor about him that says, hey, I'm willing to teach you. I'm willing to help you, but I'm going to put the work in for you if you're willing to put the work in for me.
Absolutely. So, again, it's all about, you got to have dual roles as coaches.
Absolutely.
You can't just coach your position, or you can't just be a good recruiter. You got to do both of them well. So Coach King Williams does that. All right, we're on location here at Southern Preparatory Academy. And again, just so thankful to be here. It's a great place, and we'll talk more about that in depth. And then everything brought to you by the Glenda Mitchell Law Firm. We'll be back right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Looking for hometown service and name brands you can trust? Come to Presley Appliance and Furniture. From the best choice in appliances from Whirlpool, Maytag, Amana, and KitchenAid to home furnishings, Presley's is your one-stop shop for comfort and quality. And now we've added the Mattress Shop by Serta Simmons Bedding and top quality sheets and pillows from Caraloha. Shop Presley Appliance and Furniture on Cherokee Road in Alex City or online at PresleyAppliance.com. That's PresleyAppliance.com.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
At Southern Union State Community College, success isn't a solo journey. It's powered by something bigger. A herd of faculty, mentors, industry partners, and a community committed to helping you move forward. Whether you're earning a degree that prepares you for immediate entry into the workforce, transferring to a university, or learning a new skill, Southern Union helps you find your strength and run with it. Herd powered, performance driven. Southern Union State Community College. Apply today at suscc.edu.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes. They're installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
Hillaby Towers is an affordable senior citizens community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East. Spacious one-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more information on Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552. That's Hillaby Towers in Alexander City.
Summer's on, and Royal Furniture is ready to celebrate 80 years of providing our customers top brand furniture at the industry's best prices. And now you can save huge with the 80th anniversary sale. At Royal, you always qualify for Royal credit terms, now up to 60 months at 0%. Save huge now and pay later at Royal Furniture, Auburn, Prattville, and Montgomery.
It's a great day for a new Chevrolet.
Truck Month is now at Glenn Smith in Opelika. We've got fresh new Silverado 1500s and 2500 HDs arriving daily. Plus, you'll get 0% financing on Silverado 1500s right now. Drive Chevy Equinox models from 3.9 financing. But wait, that's not all.
Enjoy no payments for 90 days.
Check us out 24/7 at glennsmith.com.
Get ready to smile.
Everyone to the Auburn Blitz. We're live on location here at Southern Prep Academy in Camp Hill. We're here in the gym, and always glad to be here, Faith. It's always a fun time, and like you said, they got a lot of activities going on outside, and you know, we just talked a lot about Southern Prep and how to get in touch with their admissions department and everything, and we'll talk more about them as we move along here on the show. But just so glad to be here, and make sure if you're looking for a great private school for your kids, Southern Prep Academy in Camp Hill, Alabama, right here in Tallapoosa County is the place to go. Again, everything brought to you by the Glenda Mitchell Law Firm, J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation, and
Sensa Green for air that's cool and clean. Call on Sensa Green.
So looking at roster evaluation, and then, of course, how much everybody's spending. And Auburn, there's a website, and I'm just going to give it out to everybody so they can go look at it. It's called the NILstandard.com, and I've been seeing the charts pop up for a lot of different colleges, and obviously wanted to see where Auburn ranked as far as, you know, not just in the SEC, but across the country, because if you're trying to compete on a national level, are you competing money-wise? I guess that's where you go. According to NIL Standard, Auburn at $30.6 million for their roster this year.
That's a lot of money. I'm not sure. Okay.
But the number we kept getting was, you know, around the 30 million. We kept hearing that that's where Auburn wanted to be. They wanted to be around the 30 million.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
What's this $20 million salary cap?
We talked about that.
Like,
last time. Didn't we call that last summer? This time last summer, didn't we say that?
Still, I'm confused if we're doing $30.6 million for one sport.
We absolutely said there was no salary cap because it didn't include external funds. Remember that?
So there has to be more than just this, though.
Well, yeah, that's not a salary. There's no salary cap.
Right. But I'm saying for this, is this just the outside funds that aren't part of the salary?
I don't know.
Other guys are getting?
No, I think this is what the university through all facets are giving these particular players. Of course, the top football player valuation, we'll go back to Auburn here in just a minute, but I thought this was interesting. If you want to know, and it kind of solidifies my point on every position's different. And if you're going to save money and pour a lot of money into one position one year after another, and one that is diminishing the value of somebody coming straight out of high school, is the quarterback position.
Yeah.
You're not, Arch Manning is getting $6.8 million. Are you giving a high school kid $6.8 million? Okay, the answer to that's no. All right, you look who's number 2, and boy, did he fall into it.
Yeah.
Hey, he literally went from the bench to starter because of an injury. Trinidad Chambliss, who'll be returning to Ole Miss, at the $6 million. But look, Arch Manning, Trinidad Chambliss, Darian Mensah, Brendan Sorsby, Sam Levitt, Dante Moore. Quarterbacks, the first first six are quarterbacks. Then you get Jeremiah Smith at wide receiver, and then you get Damon Williams, who's another quarterback at Washington, coming in right after that. You get your first offensive lineman from LSU, and Jordan Seaton comes in after that. Then you go back to a quarterback, then to Cam Coleman for $3 million. But what is this heavy, Faith?
And it's all quarterbacks at that, $3 million mark and above. And yeah, Byron Brown being one of those at $3 million.
So obviously Byron Brown is the top paid player on Auburn's roster. So out of the $30 million, 3 of it's in your quarterback. But again, I think you see how important this position is and what a big deal it is to go out and make sure you get a dynamic quarterback can change your whole team, even when you have deficiency. I mean, you can have a good line, you can have good receivers, whatever, but you can get by having some holes in your roster if you've got a guy that's really dynamic at quarterback.
Do you think to keep Cam Coleman, they would have had to give him $3 million?
And
like being paid the same amount as your quarterback?
I mean, that just tells you. So put that in perspective, Faith. You're going to spend $6 million of $30 million on 2 players. It really starts to whittle down.
Like, mind you, on Auburn's roster, on this website itself, Byron Brown is the only one getting paid over $1 million.
That's it.
But he's being paid 3.
He's getting paid 3.
But everybody else, Deshaun Womack is the second highest paid, and it's not even at $1 million. But seeing this,
but look at what Texas is spending. You and I said when we were going back to spring, there were a couple of teams putting all their eggs in their basket this year to pull it off. Texas is by far one of those. $6.8 million for Arch Manning, and then $3 million for Cam. I mean, they got nearly $10 million of their budget tied up in 2 players. I mean, so I would say that a lot of their eggs are in this year's basket. Sarkisian and the amount of pressure when you got, because Cam Coleman's definitely gone after this year. You would think Arch Manning would be gone after this year. So this is the now. This is pushing all your chips to the middle of the table on these guys. And then look at LSU. Look at what they're spending. I don't know what their total budget. We can pull that up here in just a minute. But LSU got Sam Levitt, who, by the way, has a foot injury. Then they signed who's the other one that they signed? No, they've got they've got another quarterback that's up there in the top 2 as well. He's not getting paid that much. Name escapes me off the top of my head, but they went out and got 2 quarterbacks. So there's a lot of teams that are going, hey, We're pushing all our chips to the middle of the table. Texas has 10 million and 2 guys. 10 million. So it just kind of puts things in perspective. But we're going to talk about some of the players here for Auburn. As Faith just said, the only one for Auburn that is past $1 million is, Byron Brown. Who else would you have thought might garner the $1 million range? I've got my thoughts on that. And we know there's some pretty good players left on this team, especially on the defensive side. Where does an X fall, or where does some of those type guys fall in the mix? We're going to talk about it when we come back. But we are on location at Southern Prep Academy, Faith, and this is the place, if you're looking for a private school, grades 7 through 12, you need to be considering Southern Prep.
Yeah, and it's based off of a Christian revolving education and faith-based learning. So something super awesome here in the Camp Hill area. So like you said, grade 7 through 12, and you can either live here, live in the housing that they provide, or commute. So
absolutely. Again, we'll be back right after this with a lot more here on the Auburn Blitz.
Chick-fil-A is always the best option when you're on the go, but they are also great when it comes to planning your next event, from tailgating to birthday parties to weddings. Call Chick-fil-A Alexander City at 256-289-7955 for catering, or order on the Chick-fil-A app. Make sure to choose the Alexander City location and have your catering order ready to go. Nugget trays, mac and cheese trays, fruit trays, cookie trays, gallons of our famous lemonade or tea, and chilled grilled chicken sub sandwiches, and a lot more options. Make it Chick-fil-A Alexander City for your next event.
For air that's cool and clean, call Senza Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensagreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carry or cool cash rebates. Visit Sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
Summer's on, and Royal Furniture is ready to celebrate 80 years of providing our customers top brand furniture at the industry's best prices. And now you can save huge with the 80th anniversary sale. At Royal, you always qualify for Royal credit terms, now up to 60 months at 0%. Save huge now and pay later at Royal Furniture, Auburn, Prattville, and Montgomery.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Berner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
Henderson & Coker is a premier custom general contractor located in central Alabama. With over 50 years of industry experience, Henderson & Coker has been crafting stunning custom residential and commercial spaces for families and businesses throughout Alabama and Georgia. If you're in the market for a top-of-the-line luxury home or specialized commercial work, contact the experts at 256-750-7383 and check them out on the web at hendersonandcoker.com.
43rd Alabama State Games, June 12th through 14th, 2026. Compete in Olympic-style events and support Alabama youth sports. Discover the power of sports. Registration opens March 1st at alagames.com.
It's halfway through our show here today. We're live on location at Southern Prep Academy in Camp Hill, but we are always glad at the midway point to talk about
Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine.
All right.
The steak sandwich I had on Friday after we left, I went and I picked it up and I had it for dinner. Was so good. I literally inhaled it. It was so good. I had the onion rings with them, also outstanding.
Of course.
Went in there. It was packed because they had the free wine tasting going on.
Oh, yeah.
There were so many people in there. I was just trying to stay back and let everybody do their thing because I was like, oh my gosh. So I'm texting, Polly, Kathy, everyone. I'm like, guys, it's like packed. It's so awesome in here. There's so many people looking at the cute trinkets. I know Kathy's been in Atlanta at the Mart. So going to market, looking at all that stuff. It's been great. So make sure y'all go back.
Well, I knew it was going to be great. And I hate that I couldn't get down there, but I knew you were going to be able to go by and get one. And
I sent you that picture.
Yeah, you did. A little torture, but.
And my parents put in the order for the Father's Day.
Ah, there you go. So
United We Grill.
Oh, so y'all will be handling that this weekend.
Yeah. So I mean,
already big smiles on a Monday.
Are you kidding? Two 16-ounce ribeyes.
Not for you, not both of them.
My dad said I can have one.
Okay. Yep. Anyway, go to Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine in Montgomery or in Auburn. Great deals. You still can get the Father's Day special as well. And another one of our clients is having a big Father's Day special, and it's a whole different deal. So you can go do surf and turf. You can go to Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine, get the turf, and you can go to Mav Seafood and go get the surf. So and they've got all kind of good stuff. All right, let's go and talk more about this. And because I thought this was interesting, and this is a great website. I encourage you to go check it out, and it kind of lets you know where everybody is. And when you're looking at roster value, I want to remind everybody, because we just got in a conversation during the break about looking at some of the numbers beside some of these players, and you go, whoa. You got to remember, it does include their scholarship as well. And I don't know what the value is at every school for that scholarship, and the money that they get, the allowance for living and stuff like that goes into that number. So when you look at it, remember that that's included in their whole deal as whatever deal somebody has, that total number includes that. So the top college in the country right now, and you and I pretty much said it without saying it, when you got nearly $10 million invested in two players, had to be Texas, and it is Texas at $47.9 million. So the top roster in the country already approaching the $50 million mark.
If we keep going down this path, it's 2026 right now. At 2040, where do you think these numbers will be? If nothing changes and this is how it goes.
This is exactly what Coach Tuberville was talking about. He said it's not sustainable. You've got to put a cap on it at some point. A legit cap, Faith, not a hypothetical cap going, oh, we have a salary cap. But that doesn't include external funds. That means everything. Own and actually regulate it and monitor it without saying, oh, well, yeah, that's going to bring the bag man back into it.
I feel like that will actually be able to help decipher and figure out the worth of somebody in relation to what you need on your roster, like how much, like if you don't have a quarterback or if you don't have a wide receiver or something, that you have to spend a little bit more on somebody like that, because within this realm of whatever cap that you have that you're given to use, like maybe somebody that doesn't need, like you'll actually be able to see, I guess, the worth of players rather than just them naming a number and you giving them that amount of money.
Sure. Kind of like you do in the real world. You do evaluations and you give people compensation based on their performance. All right. Texas is 1, Tennessee is 10. There's a $10 million gap already from 1 to 10. Hey, that's a big deal. I think people need to understand that when you're talking about, oh, well, I'm in the top 10.
Wait, that's only 2 players for Texas, though. So
correct. I mean, but that kind of goes to my point is that when you sit back and you go, hey, my school's in the top 10 in NIL budget, but I'm $10 million away from the team that's at the top. You're talking about a 12-team playoff right now.
Yeah.
That is a massive difference in budget. When you go $10 million, like you said, you go out and get at least 2 to 3 to 4, maybe, depending on really top-tier players that can come in that the top 10 team can't get, which is mind-blowing. I mean, I would see if you told me from 1 to 40 there was a $10 million gap, I'd go, okay, I get it. This is 1 to 10. Even you have that big a gap between the number 1 team in Texas and then the number 10 team in Tennessee. So where do the SEC teams line up? We're going to talk about it when we come back from break. And where does Auburn fall in this thing? Is Auburn competitive? Does Auburn have a legit shot when you're being critical, when we're being critical of getting things done on the field, coaching, types of players? Do you have the resources, and are you putting forth, and not necessarily because you spend the most money are you going to win a national championship, but let's be honest, that's going to help your chances if you've got rosters that can compete with other teams. We'll talk about all that when we come back. Stay tuned. More to come here on Auburn Blitz right after this.
I'm Joseph Dean with Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation in Dadeville. We're located at 16797 Highway 280, which is on the corner of 280 and 49 North. With an on-site crematory in Opelika and a cemetery in Tallapoosa County, we are a full-service funeral home. To get in touch with us, feel free to come by or call us, 256-750-0381. And for any other questions, you can visit the website at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
The all-new Winter Timber is now open. Located right next to the Walmart Market across from the Auburn Mall. If the outdoors is your lifestyle, Winter Timber is your new headquarters. From rifles, ammo, and hunting supplies, camo, and all the outdoor essentials, they've got it in stock and ready for you. Winter Timber is here to serve Auburn, Opelika, and the entire Lake Martin area. And they'll make the drive worth it. For the best selection and the best service in outdoor gear, one name says it all. Winter Timber, the best in outdoor needs.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama. Summer is on, and Royal Furniture is ready to celebrate 80 years of providing our customers top brand furniture at the industry's best prices. And now you can save huge with the 80th anniversary sale. At Royal, you always qualify for Royal credit terms, now up to 60 months at 0%. Save huge now and pay later at Royal Furniture, Auburn, Prattville, and Montgomery.
Lake Martin Mobile Detailing is the #1 auto and boat detailing company in Central Alabama. Don't trust your vehicle or boat to just anybody. Hire the professionals. Top-of-the-line ceramic coating, detailing, gel coat restoration, and paint correction gives you the options to take care of your boat or vehicle the right way. Located on Highway 63, just about 2 miles from Highway 280 in Alexander City, Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have you riding in style. Call them today at 256-794-2328.
During Dixie Electric Plumbing and Air Jurassic Challenge, replace your system by July 31st, and you could win up to $2,500 back for the oldest HVAC system or $1,000 for the oldest water heater. Call Dixie and it's done.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Couple segments left here on the show today. We're live on location, Southern Prep Academy in Camp Hill. Again, go check them out online. And I can't say enough, like over the years, what they're doing now at Southern Prep and making this a full-out private school for grades 7 through 12, females and males. You have housing. You don't have to live here, but it is available if you want to live on campus. And it's in a great location. I mean, it's just right down the road from Auburn. You can be into Montgomery. You can be to Atlanta. It's just in a great location. And again, the premier private school in this county, which has a ton of schools around it. But this is a great opportunity for people to send their kid to a very nice private school. And you can go online, southernprepacademy.org, southernprepacademy.org. Go check it out. They got a great website. They've got testimonials on there. It's great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It said when Coach T says it's not sustainable, he is referring to every Power 4 university. But I have also heard him say, from a resource perspective, there is only 10 to 12 schools with enough money, leverage, that could literally make it so no other schools could compete. Well, great segue.
Yeah.
Great talking point off of what we were just saying during the break. In the last segment, I was talking about Tennessee being at number 10 and there being a $10 million gap. Well, Ed, according to that, if you add the next two in there, Michigan and USC, 37.3, 37.1, you start getting a lot closer in the gaps, not as much when you get down there toward the bottom of the top 10 and into the top 12. But Faith, again, when you're looking at total cost, there is a massive gap from 1 to 10, and there's only 12 teams that get into playoffs, but even it's making it to the point now where some of these are separating the gap so much that I don't even know that you can legitimately say even some of the top 15 or top 20 would have a legit shot. And Auburn, we'll tell everybody where Auburn falls in that mix here in just a minute.
Well, let's look at the very last one on this list at $28.7 million, Florida State. They're the last one just on this list.
With 3 former Auburn players, by the way, starting on offense. I mean,
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah, but them being the last one at 28.7, and then Texas basically being
just
$20 million ultimately.
Pretty much, yeah. Almost an entire roster.
Yeah.
Double.
It's just crazy. And again, I just keep thinking about when we talk about the sustainability of all of this, aren't you just going to bring these people dry of all their money? And then how, in turn, really, how does it come back to you? How do you get that ROI of like obviously winning and stuff, but
Well, let's look at the top.
these kids are just,
Well, I mean, I'm with you, but geography plays something into this too. Everybody always talks about Texas. Well, Texas at the top. And then you got Texas A&M coming in at what, 4, 5? And then you got Texas Tech coming in at 8. So 3 Texas teams there in the top 8. You've got Oregon, who's got unlimited funds with Phil Knight and Nike. You got LSU, who is basically owns the state of Louisiana and recruits all over, basically Alabama, Mississippi, Texas. I mean, their recruiting base. Florida is really, really rich. I mean, there it is. And then you got a Tennessee and an Ole Miss and a Notre Dame stuck in there right there toward the end of that top 10, but they're all within hundreds of thousands of dollars from each other. It's not like there's a $2 million gap or a $4 million gap. Even with Miami sitting there, is Miami the 5th team? Texas A&M's the 5th team. They're getting outspent by $6 million from top to from number 1 to number 5. They're at 41.
600,000.
No, 41.5 to 47.9.
Yeah.
I mean,
I thought you were saying from 4 to 5.
No.
I was like,
From 1 to 5, there's a $6 million gap.
I mean, that's what we were talking about with Tennessee.
So where does Auburn fall in the mix of the SEC, and where do they fall nationally? Well,
in the SEC, they're 9th, which we keep saying Auburn is anywhere from the middle to
it's always
lower
7 to 9. I mean, it's always 7 to 9.
The SEC, no matter what.
Doesn't matter what list we pull up.
No, always.
And I mean, you're just dead in the middle. I guess it's better than the ones below you, but it just seems like Auburn's really never in the top 5 in a lot of things when it comes to now. Currently in recruiting, they are. If you look at it currently, Auburn is in the top 7 in the country according to the composite. But what are we, 3 in the SEC right now? Only ones in front are Florida and Texas A&M. Texas A&M, Florida, and who else is in front of us? I think we're 3rd now. I may be wrong. I'll let you pull that up. But 9th SEC-wise, 17th nationally. So top 20 NIL budget in the country.
Yeah.
But what does that get you? Where does that get you competitive-wise? Where is Auburn from the number 10 team, Tennessee? Auburn is at 30.6. Tennessee is at 37.5. So there, again, as much of a gap almost from 1 to 10 as there is from 10 to 17.
Yeah. Oklahoma.
So Auburn is 4. So Auburn's in the top 4 in recruiting. So Texas A&M, Oklahoma, Florida, and then Auburn. But Auburn, I mean, like you just said, when you pulled it up, when we started 2 segments ago, you went $30.6 million, a lot of money. But it's only good enough for 17th in the country right now. But how about these other schools, a Penn State, a Florida State, and on down the list that have had great programs? They're on down in the 20s. And where does the reality line stop on being able to get into that playoff? To really you said this and we did it. We screenshot this, we come back at the end of the year. How many of those top 12 make the playoff? Well, I'd just go ahead and about bet and say at least 6 of them do. I think Texas Tech probably does, depending on their situation. I think because of their schedule. I think Ohio State does. I think Oregon does. LSU better. And so should Texas. Well, there's half of it right there. Now, I do think it starts getting a little sketchy beyond Miami. Ole Miss, Tennessee, and then you got Michigan, USC on the outside, along with Alabama and Georgia. And then you got the defending national champs in Indiana right there behind them. But Oklahoma was a playoff team last year. They're 32. Georgia was a playoff team last year. Alabama was a playoff team. There's several that aren't in that. Indiana's won the whole thing. They're not in the top 12.
So what does it all really boil down to?
You got to have the money but you better have some good coaching too.
Bingo.
There it is. Great coaching with a subpar roster ain't going to get you there, but vice versa. A great roster with no coaching ain't going to get you there either. And I think we've had a dose of that here lately. All right, we're going to take a final break here on the show. We're on location at Southern Prep Academy in Camp Hill in Tallapoosa County. Make sure you go check them out, southernprepacademy.org online if you're looking for a private school for your kids to attend. All right, we'll take our final break. Stay tuned. One final segment right after this.
At Central Alabama Community College, we provide a quality education that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing a degree or advancing your career with technical training, TAC offers premier programs at 4 campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prattville, and Talladega. From industrial, electronics to machining, our students are prepared for the workforce or further education. At CAC, you'll enjoy vibrant campus life, exciting athletics, and personalized support, all at an affordable price. Your future starts here at CAC. Apply today.
Summer is on, and Royal Furniture is ready to celebrate 80 years of providing our customers top brand furniture at the industry's best prices. And now you can save huge with the 80th anniversary sale. At Royal, you always qualify for Royal credit terms, now up to 60 months at 0%. Save huge now and pay later at Royal Furniture, Auburn, Prattville, and Montgomery.
Bundle your home and auto and save money with State Farm's personal price plan. Contact State Farm agent Ron Carroll today at 256-378-6631 or visit him on Highway 280 in Childersburg. Prices vary by state, options selected by customer availability. Eligibility may vary.
For air that's cool and clean, call Senza Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensagreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carry or cool cash rebates. Visit Sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area. Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz final segment here on the show. Again, thanks to Glenda Mitchell and her law firm for being our partner here on everything Auburn Blitz. And again, couldn't do it without her. Just a great, great partner. If you're looking for a fighter out there, she is the one for you. And she's got multiple numbers depending on which state, whether it's South Carolina, Georgia, or Alabama. We always give out the Alabama number. It's 334-604-7927, or they can just go online and check her out, Faith.
At the GlendaMitchellLawFirm.com. Make sure when you're in those vulnerable state and positions that you're calling Glenda Mitchell.
No doubt about it. So appreciate her. Appreciate J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation and
Senza Green for air that's cool and clean. Call on Senza Green.
And we're live on location at Southern Prep, and we could not do our shows without them, and we love being on location. We're going to be on location all week this week except for tomorrow. We have more recruiting videos to go for all of you and get. So we'll be over at Prattville High School tomorrow, and we'll be talking to a couple of those guys, and they're uncommitted right now. And, Deshaun was on a visit to Auburn a week, I think it was last week he was in, or maybe the week before. And then Jaden was supposed to come in this coming up weekend, but apparently some things have changed. So, but when you look at it, those two guys will be getting those videos, and they haven't committed anywhere yet. So
no, but so we'll have a recruiting video, top prospect video coming out this week. But if you haven't gone and checked out the Coach Kleinert on the Front North Faith that he posted on Friday, make sure you go and check that out. Head coach of the men's golf national champions. I mean, he was a great interview as always. We love having him on the show. But just you get to learn a little bit more about him, about he's recruiting right now, actually.
Absolutely.
He hasn't been able to slow down, so make sure you go tune in and watch that video.
Definitely so. And again, when you look at Deshaun Hall, Jaden Apprecio Bailey, we'll have those two out. So about halfway through the top 12 to 15, depending on how many. I think we'll probably end up getting more than that. So we'll have around the 15 mark. But if you want a little bit of a preview of what Deshaun Hall, the big time wide receiver, 6'5", 185 pounds, high 4-star, has Auburn, Penn State, Tennessee, and Alabama in his top 4. Really, that's what he's narrowed it down to, Faith. And when you look at it, really had a good visit, had a really, really good visit at Auburn. And a lot of those War Eagle emojis that came out that weekend, some people started thinking it could have been him as one of those. Guess what? I don't think we've done all those War Eagle emojis that were sent out that first weekend. I know there has been some added.
Yeah.
We don't
but just
really
in total,
don't know
how many War Eagles have we gotten, and how many commits or announcements have we gotten? So, well, I mean, yeah, he's got Tennessee this upcoming weekend. So interested in hearing what he's looking forward to, or what he liked about Auburn, and obviously want to hear about.
Well, he'll be at Tennessee this weekend, and then was at Auburn last weekend, and then the team. A lot of people feel like he might be leaning to Penn State, and he was there the week prior to Auburn. So we'll see. Another kid that obviously is going to be taking his visits. We're going to be over there tomorrow to talk about that, maybe a little bit more in depth about what he had as far as to say about his trip to Auburn. And it looks like he had a really, really good time.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, and I'm telling this to everybody. I think if this staff makes you a priority, I think they're going to get you. It just seems to be that way right now.
Yeah, and it definitely seems that the staff has their priorities. I think we've been able to see that, and just from some of the guys that we've talked to, of who's been made a priority 100% of the time, or when things kind of started going and changing. But yeah, we've talked about how so many guys on defense especially have been committing, that clearly that's been where the priority is. But now,
and then and you got the Crum kid that'll be committing this week, and that may have an impact on Jaden Apprecio. That may be one way or the other. Him making a decision to go somewhere else, so they focus more in on Crum, or maybe Crum makes them change their direct. I don't know, but Crum will be announcing. I know James Pace III will be announcing this week. So there's a lot of things that could be falling for Auburn this week. So make sure you keep it locked in right here on the Auburn Blitz. We'll be with you every single day at 8 o'clock for the podcast, at noon for the noon show, obviously, and then our Instagram page for all the updates. Anything that breaks, no matter what time of day or night or whenever, it's going to be right there. So got a lot going on. So
always.
Faith, got anything else?
Hope everyone has the best day and the best week.
Absolutely. And again, make sure you tune us in tomorrow at 8 o'clock for the podcast. And we'll have a lot more information for you. But again, we want to thank all of you that have subscribed, that watch and listen every single day to us. Again, thanks to Southern Prep Academy for allowing us to be here to do our show today. And we'll be back soon. Again, go check them out, southernprepacademy.org. For Faith Richardson, I'm Brett Pritchard saying we enjoyed it. We hope you have. See you tomorrow.